Same time.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, so let's put Blitz in the calendar. 7:45. No. What color is it? Orange? Okay. So staff blitz on that Sunday, staff meeting at 6. You guys will be driving back from there. I would get all things Chris and I would make sure everything is totally planned and put together by this Sunday, the 26th, in terms of making sure we know what the lodging things are, the carpool situation is, and all that information for that. Okay, so there's that. Monday, business as normal. What is different this week? I don't think anything's different this week. Kristen's in Lubbock that weekend. October monthly bonus comes in on the 7th. So if you're in bonus land, you can do all that. Team meeting. Oh, okay. So team meeting on November 6th. I know it's a long ways away, but I'm glad we're pointing this out. Will be 4 hours. It's not just a normal team meeting. This is a divisional holiday kickoff meeting because we're about to start the holidays with Thanksgiving and Christmas. And so we're going to have a holiday kickoff meeting on November the 6th. We're going to delete that. Yeah. So I already updated this calendar. We just haven't changed it in Vector Live. So if you want to go to Vector Live on that calendar on November the 6th and delete that interview, that 4 o'clock interview, you can do that. Just click on the interview and click delete. Oh, yeah. Go to November the 6th. Oh, I guess I already did it. So there we go. Okay. So now we don't have the interviews taken for this time. So that is because this was already far ahead. So we didn't ever schedule this. So let's look at interviews for the week. I'm still running the Monday ones. Tuesday, the ones that are available are 6:15 on Tuesday, Wednesday, 12:30, 3:15, and Thursday at 1:15. Okay. So interviews are up for change if you guys want to switch things up. Does anybody want to switch around your interviews?
Wait, for November?
Or is everybody happy with theirs? Okay. So then here's what else we're gonna do. So okay. Yeah. Okay. We'll get back to the interviews here in a second. That's the big event that's happening there. So this week is pretty normal other than the holiday meeting and the division kickoff meeting on Thursday. Yes. And then October 27th through the 1st, and go back a week. Okay, so this week is a little bit different. I will be in Dallas on Tuesday, and I'll be back on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. I'll be in Dallas on Tuesday. And then what else do we have? Kristen, you have an event on that Thursday. This is the week of Halloween. Everybody gets back from Olean on Sunday.
Did I tell you that I'm going to Florida?
You did. Is it in your calendar?
Yeah.
Okay. What days is it?
29.
Florida?
Yeah.
29th through the 4th. Okay. And Tristan, you have one too? Okay. 26th through the 30th. Okay, cool. All right,
And so they are gonna have for
yes. Let's go back here. This. All right, so what else? All right, we're gonna go back to this week. Interviews all looking normal.
the meeting is from 7 to 9.
Yes, this Thursday team meeting is 7 PM to 9 PM on Thursday. Because training gets done at 7 PM. So make sure that's accurate in y'all's calendar. Team meeting is 7 PM to 9 PM. Okay, a couple of things for this week. Number one, workshops. Kristen's got a workshop tomorrow night. I will run a workshop on Tuesday. I will have to do it a little bit earlier than normal because I have worship at 5:30, so I'm gonna move it back till 3:30. For this week as well, I have worship on Wednesday night as well, so I can run a workshop earlier in the day. But if somebody can run a workshop on Wednesday night and on Friday night, that would be great. That way we can have some different spread out times for people who have different calendars. So Brooke, could you run an interview on Wednesday or Friday? Not an interview, sorry, a workshop on Wednesday or Friday? I'll get back to you on that. Lily, can you run a workshop on Wednesday or Friday? Not Wednesday. What about Friday? You do it at any time.
Wait, can you hear me?
If you wanted to do like 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock,
Can you hear me?
or should we omit the workshop on Friday and just do the one on Saturday morning? Well, you're in Big Spring on that day, so Kristen, you got that show, Pioneer Gun Show? Let's go. Big dubs.
Also, Brooke will be. Did
Yes. Did you do a workshop on Friday, Lily? No?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
What time do you want to do it? Or would you rather do it like on Tuesday or?
Can't do it.
Okay. You can say no, if that's gonna take up your demo times. Okay, fine, we'll find something else. Risa, do you wanna run a workshop on Friday? Helps you what? Oh, yeah, of course, and you have class at 5, right? So you'd wanna be done by 4:30? Or would you rather do it on Saturday? Run a workshop on Saturday. Okay, so let's say maybe what do you guys think? Like a 2 o'clock workshop? A 3:30 work, 3 o'clock workshop? It's up to you guys.
Oh, I don't know, what's the time? If you don't have any class.
Most people will be out of class on Friday.
Oh.
A morning workshop? We can do that,
Cause then they could schedule.
like a 9:30? 10? What do you, 10 AM? Okay. That will be Friday. Our workshop is moving to 10 AM on Friday. Okay, team meeting, we have that. I will not be doing it here. We're only gonna have one interview on Thursday because we have training Friday, we're not gonna have any interviews, and Saturday, we need somebody that can take the Saturday interview at 1:45. That was gonna be Brooke, but she will be in the Pioneer Gun Show. So can anybody take the interview on Saturday?
Am I doing the 4:30?
That's what's in the calendar right now. Could you do it?
I think I can do it.
What would hold you back?
Demo.
Okay. Do you have any scheduled yet?
So that's what I'm saying, I can do it, but then I would just have to not.
Okay, we'll plan on that for now. Okay, so Brooke is running one interview this week. Alexis is running two, Brisa is running two, Serena is running two. Running two, yes, the Saturday and the Wednesday morning. Correct. Yeah. Okay. Tristan and Isaac, we're gonna have you guys come in and shadow some interviews this week. So let's have you guys come in tomorrow at 2:15. Can both of you guys do that?
Yeah, before work at 4 tomorrow.
Okay, that'll be fun. If you will put in your calendar to be here, so the interview starts at 2:15, we need to be here an hour before. So we'll be here from 1:15 and until the interview's over. Isaac, you can leave when you have to go to work. Okay. So we have that. I have a couple more PCs this week. So Monday looks good. Tuesday, both interviews are covered. Recruiting shifts are covered. Wednesday, interviews are covered. Recruiting shifts are covered. Does anybody have anything to change with your recruiting shift times? I'll add some.
So not the Monday and Tuesday, 1 hour each week.
I'm doing this week. I typically do Monday and Thursday, but this week I'm doing Monday and Tuesday because I'll be running training on Thursday. Okay. Okay. Which would you rather do? Just do Tuesday for 2 hours? We can do it just this week if that's what you want. Oh, yeah, when do you want to do that? Okay. Do you want to do that every Monday or is it just this Monday? Sounds good. Okay. Cool. This week looks good. Training. Is there anything I'm missing? Workshops, training, interviews, recruiting.
So am I only shadowing on Monday tomorrow?
Can you guys come in on, let's call it, there's another one on Wednesday. So Isaac, if you want to come in for Brisa's on Wednesday at 12:30. And then Tristan, if you want to come in tomorrow for Brooks at 3:30, that'd be great. So if you guys would put that in your calendar. So Isaac, you're coming in for Brisa's on Wednesday. Okay. So then let's do a different one. Let's do. you want, you can come do. Do you want to do the 6:15 one?
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said your demo's at 4:30?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just do Wednesday then, because you should be here an hour before the interview. So then we can do Wednesday at 3:15, the 3:15 interview. Sounds good. Sounds good. Good plan, good plan. Okay. I think that's it for this week. Am I missing anything, guys? Check, what days are available for workshop? Brooke, you can do, here, can somebody text Brooke and say we can do it, she can do a workshop either on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Saturday are the days that she can do a workshop. Oh, you're right, so Tuesday or Wednesday. Lily, did you text her? Oh, okay. Sorry, I saw you pick up your phone. I was kind of listening. Okay. So that week is done. Anything that I'm missing? I will be out of town. I'm leaving town on Friday night to go to Red River for the weekend. I will be back Sunday. No, I'll be back Monday morning, Monday afternoon. So Brisa, for next week, you're scheduled to run the interview at 2:15. And then Brisa, you were initially scheduled to do the 5:15 one. James has not completed his training, nor is he an assistant manager anymore. So you have class, right? On that Monday, the 20th. So we're gonna need somebody to replace this Monday interview. Can anybody run an interview on Monday at 5:15 next week? In my mind, I would want this to either be Brooke, Lily, really Brooke or Lily on Monday. I know you have class. You have class. So neither of you guys can do it. Okay. Then, Kristen, you up for the challenge? Okay. So what we're gonna do, there is 3 steps to getting you ready for an interview. Watch one, help one, do one while being supervised, and then do one on your own. So then that means that between now and next Monday would be the first one that you do on your own. So we already have the watch one. On Wednesday at 3:15, you should help out with that one, which is where you talk a little bit about the job. And it's very short, very simple. We'll walk you through it. And then the third one is where you would do one without or with supervision. So that could look like something like this, where let's say Serena, on this Thursday, if you want to instead, Tristan, you can run your first one this Thursday, and you can be there to supervise him, help him get ready, and do the whole thing, and just be there with him. Thoughts on that? Up for that? Okay. We're gonna go through some. Yeah, so it'll be in the front office instead of in this room.
What time is that?
4 to 6.
So you want to be here an hour early. Serena, nice. Okay. Cool. Exciting stuff. Lots to learn this week. Okay. So that's next week. Interviews are covered next week. Kristen, you were initially scheduled to run advanced training, but that does not have to be. I think we've been doing advanced training later at night because of everybody's schedule. So we're gonna move this up and I can run advanced training. Yeah, I'll be back by then. Huh. I can do it. Yeah, I'll do it. Okay. So then Tuesday, Lily still good for the 6:15 interview. Brooke, 3:30. I think everything should be normal there. Next Monday. Okay, take that off.
Wait, on,
Yeah, Monday workshop is not happening. Tuesday or Wednesday, the 22nd, Brisa and Alexis. Normal. Why is team meeting team meeting is that Wednesday? Because on Olean, on the 23rd, everybody leaves for Olean. So we're gonna do team meeting. Conflict. We might just keep team meeting to be on Thursday. Because I have to serve a church on the 22nd that I've already signed up for. And it's the 3 of you guys gonna be missing and everybody else will be here. So we might. Right. We might just keep it on Thursday. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep it on Thursday, so no team meeting on that day. Brisa, you are scheduled to run that interview at 1:15. Are you're probably gonna, let's see, what time are you gonna leave? Yeah, so that needs to be taken. In fact, I could probably run that. Yeah. Ooh, I'm so sad. I really am sad. So you guys will be, have you guys gotten your tickets yet? I guess it's a little early to get your tickets. But I would be on the lookout in your email. They should be coming in the next 4 or 5 days. No, in the email. Tuesday at 1:15. Okay. Can we just do 1 o'clock? $1:15 versus 1:30, 1 o'clock. All right, 1:15. Let's do it. Brooke says so. Okay. All right. So this looks good. Training, recruiting shifts. Everything looks good. Anything that I'm missing, guys? Team meeting, recruiting, interviews, training, workshops.
like 5:30.
Is that for every Tuesday?
No, that's
Just the 21st. Okay. Got it. Okay, workshops. We don't have any workshops set up for this week. I can run a workshop this Tuesday. Purple. I can do it here at 4:30. And then we don't have one for Wednesday, Friday, or Saturday. I'll probably run one on Friday then. Okay. Okay. I will do one on Friday at 7 o'clock. Any objections, questions, things going on here? Okay.
But I can do the staff meeting on Zoom.
You had a workshop or a. Yep, okay. I'd love for us to have another workshop on Wednesday night, but I won't be able to run that. It's Wednesday, the 22nd. Or. Oh, yeah. Thoughts? Could we ask Brooke if she could run one on Wednesday, the 22nd? Oh, wait, she just texted me. She said she can't. Okay, so Lily, you want to run a 7 o'clock workshop? Or do you want to do it before? Okay. So like 4 o'clock? Okay, cool. Perfecto, perfecto. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, let's go to week 3. This is October. We are now into the last week of October, first week of November. Lily, you typically run the interview on Thursdays at 1:15? Oh, Brisa, you're the one who typically does that. You're the one who typically runs interviews on Thursday at 1:15? Okay. So Lily, you typically do the one on Tuesday night? Okay. Okay. All right. Cool, 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 cool.
I can't do.
The 28th? There's an events workshop? Okay. All right. All right, cool. So we're basically built out until the next. So we're good for there. We'll plan some workshops as we get closer. Okay. I think that's enough for the scheduling. Is there anything I'm missing? Anything we need to look at for the next 4 weeks? Okay. All righty. So here's what's going to be happening with the next couple of weeks. As you guys know, we are adding more assistant managers to our team right now. And as we do, the training process is this. This is the training process for our assistant managers. We use the I do, we do, you do program. So what this looks like is for interviews, recruiting, PDI, and workshops. PDI and workshops a little bit different because those are a little bit easier to learn. So we just do a we do, you do, we do, you do on the workshops and PDI. But our recruiting and interviews, we have a program where it's I do, you do, we do. I do, we do, you do. Where the first time you come shadow, watch us do it. The second time you come and help us on a portion. And then the third time is where you do it and we supervise you. The fourth time is where you do it on your own. And then you also begin teaching other people. And so the next step for all of us is as we're going to be promoting some new people this week as well, on top of what Victoria, Isaac, and Tristan. And so we're going to have a pretty full staff here coming up pretty soon. So these next 4 weeks are big, big, big on training our new assistant managers. And for you assistant managers who have been assistant managers for the rest of the semester, it's really honing your skills and you guys are going to be part of the teaching process. So instead of just running your interview like normal, you instead, one of the days, you're going to just kind of like Serena, you're going to be supervising somebody or you're going to be helping them on the we do portion. And so you guys are turning into the teachers. You guys are turning into the coaches on this as we continue to develop our team and grow our assistant manager staff. So for you guys who are new, you're going to be following this program of I do, we do, you do for both recruiting and interviews. Now, we can do this as fast or as slow as we need to. So if you feel like running an interview next week for your first one is a lot, it's because it is. That's pretty darn fast for a quick turnaround. The reason why we're doing that is because number one, You're not in school right now, so you have the time. Number two, I think that you're a very fast learner. I think that you could be good enough to run an interview next week. So we're going to get all of this I do, you do, we do process done here in this next week. For the rest of these girls, when they were learning, we did that over what, like 3 weeks? We did that over 3 weeks. So we can do this as fast or as slow as we need to. One thing that I learned by doing it over 3 weeks is it doesn't take 3 weeks to learn how to run an interview. It takes like maybe a week and a half on the kind of a normal pace. So for you, this is pretty quick, but I think you're up for the challenge. So I think you can do it. So anyways, that's the plan for this. Now, again, you guys who are already assistant managers, you're going to take more of a leadership coaching teaching role like I was for you when we started. And we're all going to be doing this together as a team to continue to develop our staff and grow our management team. So that's what it's going to look like over the next month. The next month, there's going to be a lot of teaching others, which I hope you guys are excited for, because I'm excited for that. For you new guys, it's going to be a lot of learning. It's going to be a big learning process and growing your skill sets as a professional. And you're going to be able to say at your next job that you know how to run interviews in a professional manner. You know how to recruit and train people. You know how to do these things and how to lead a team. For workshops, doing a workshop every single day is an ideal world for us. Is that necessary for us to be a great team? No. However, I think that's an ideal. And as our staff grows, here's the vision. Look, if we look at this sheet, we have 11 new assistant managers plus Lily and Kristen. So that's a total of 13. If one person ran a workshop for 6 days out of the week, we could go 2 weeks before you'd run another interview. So you'd run one interview, it'd be another, so it'd be the rest of that week, and then another full week before it'd be time for, if everybody got, am I saying interviews? I'm meaning workshops. I'm sorry. Workshops. If we run one workshop per day for 6 days a week, and we took Sunday off, and the rest of the days we ran a workshop every day, and we had a team of 13 staff that could run a workshop, then we could go on a 2-week cycle for workshops. So it's not adding a ton of things to your time. This is why development of our staff matters, because I don't want to add a bunch of things to your plates. And running a workshop every day is an ideal situation. And that's what we're building towards. And so again, for those of you who have been here longer, you're going to take a lot more of the management role, a lot more of the coaching role, a lot more of the teaching role, and maybe you run one workshop a week, one workshop every 2 weeks. And similar things for your interviews. We only have a limited amount of interviews that we're able to give out every week. And so your interviews are going to start eventually as we continue to build our team and grow our district staff. It's going to look different. It's going to start to say, oh, instead of me running this interview, I have to show up and make sure this interview is ran well. I'm going to coach them. I'm going to give them tips. I'm going to say, here's how you can get better, so on and so forth. And this is what it looks like to build our staff. And I'm really excited about how we're building and about how we're growing, because there's a lot of exciting things that we can do when we have a staff of 13 people. There's probably 0 offices in the country that have a staff that big. What I know is that there's probably maybe like 2 or 3 realistically that have a staff of 10, well, I would say 13 plus. Most people have anywhere between like 4 to 6 assistant managers in the country. Most people have about 4 to 6. So we are ahead of the game, and this is the way that we win. The more that we're able to develop leaders, that's the way that we win. And so that's why this is such a huge focus for us as a team, to develop our new assistant managers and to develop our new assistant managers, and so on and such. I just realized Monica is in a wedding today, Zadok's wedding. And that's why she went. I called her earlier and I was like, she's out there busy. Why is she busy? Why is she not at the office? Totally random thought, not even on topic of anything we were talking about. But I just realized she was probably helping her best friend get ready for a wedding. And I was asking her about recruiting tactics. That's funny. Sorry, Monica. Anyways. Okay. So that's kind of what this next month is going to start looking like for us. So as far as our coaching goes, our coaching programs, we have our coaching teams here. And so what we want to do as these teams grow, here's number one. We want to start adding more coaches. So I talked to Brisa about this last week. Brisa is going to be one of our next layers of coaching. As our team continues to grow and grow and grow, we don't want each coach to have more than 4, at max 5 people that they're coaching at a time. Now, I will take on some more people because that's what I need to do. But as we grow our team, I really don't want our teams to be bigger than 4 to 5 people. Ideally, in my mind, you have your starting 5, right? So each coach has their starting 5, and it's their 5 people that they spend time with, give attention to, check in, make sure demos are good, do field training with, and that you're coaching these people to be great at this job and that they're getting the attention that they deserve and that they need and asking those questions. So we're, as you can tell, 5 is like the number. We're almost at max capacity for the coaches that we have right now. So Risa, I'd love for you to be one of our coaches. And I know we talked about this last week. And what I'd love to do is like to talk through a little bit about what that looks like. And it's a simple process. Learning how to coach people is probably one of the best parts about the job, in my opinion, because you get time to actually impact people's lives. There's one side of management, there's 2 sides of management. But the one side that a lot of you have been on is on the front end, where you're calling applicants, you're interviewing them, and you're getting scheduled with them for training. That's the front end to get people into the door. The second side of things is now that they're in the door and they're working and they're selling, is to actually make them great at the job, make them better at the job. And that's the part where you see people's lives change. That's the part where you see people's confidence grow. That's the part where you see people start earning big paychecks and start to develop themselves as leaders and as professionals. Whenever I was a new representative, I didn't know how to dress professional. I didn't know how to communicate with customers in a proper way. And because of my coach, in fact, I was on the verge of giving up and quitting the job. And because of my coach, because of somebody who actually was there to help me answer the questions that I needed, whenever I needed those to be answered, because of that, I was still there and I'm still here today. And that's why we have these coaching programs. That's why we need to make sure that every rep on our team gets attention. They get their questions answered. They get that. And I actually, I heard this quote, and it was kind of a quote, kind of not of a quote, but this quote the other day where there was a conversation between a sales rep in a real estate firm and the manager of the real estate firm. And he was asking, hey guys, what do you think I can do better? And one of them said, I think that you overpromise the amount of it, like you want to give everybody as much attention as you want, but I don't think you can. And that kind of like, that was like, oh yeah, that to me, that was like clear indicator of why this is so important, because I want to give like all the attention to everybody on our team and get them everything that they need, but I physically cannot do that. And that's why our coaching team is so important. And so I'm excited about how our coaching teams are growing and that new development. So there's layers to this business that we're growing. If you guys remember or don't know, let's walk through the layers. There's 4 or 5 different layers and they're here on the board. You have your, we're going to start with your first weekend people. These are the people who are in their first weekend on the job. These people just started the job and they need all the confidence in the world. Okay, so the first layer of management is the people who just started. The second layer of management are our assistant managers. Our assistant managers are the second layer to the office. And then from there, it goes down. People who are in their fast start, who are in their first 10 days on the job. And then after that, it's going to be, active reps. People who are not assistant managers who are selling. And then this last layer is kind of like, there's not an official name for it. We don't really talk about it a lot. I call them floaters. It's kind of like what I was whenever I was kind of on the verge of quitting this job. It's where you're not involved. You don't come to the team meetings. You don't come to workshops. You haven't quit the job, but you're not really involved. You're not doing demos. You're not selling. You're asking for base pay. Those are floaters, right? That level needs management too. So in my opinion, there's about 5 layers of our business that needs management. And that's going to be these 5 layers here. And so my focus are the first 2 layers, assistant managers and our first weekend people. These are the people who create the funnel of our development. The funnel of our development is taking new representatives, helping them to have a good fast start so they have the confidence to sell. After they have their confidence to sell, then we're going to put them in our development pipeline, which is turning them into leaders within our organization. So we'll make sure that that pipeline includes coming to workshops, coming to team meetings, having a PC with them, going to coffee, spending time with them, and then also coaching them in the layers of development that they need, like teaching them how to have a schedule, teaching them how to have a names list. The things that you guys think are basic concepts that you're like, oh yeah, I do that every day. That's what we need to do with our new people, because that's the first step of the development pipeline. The next step is assistant manager. The next step is management training program with Stacy and Gerardo. The next step after that is running a branch or district office. The next step after that is now you're a 5-star recruit for your job your dream job that you want, because you've been trained to be a leader and a professional in every capacity and you've led a team before. So now for your dream job, you're a 5-star recruit and you're going to be better than any other applicant in your dream job that you're interviewing for. Or you just decide to take a full-time position with us as a CSP or a district manager. That's the development pipeline. And so it all starts with our coaching programs. It all starts with our management. So that's why these layers, as we're growing, I'm really excited about, because we've got to this point in the past and we haven't capitalized on it because we didn't have the staff to be able to do it. This staff right here is special. This team right here is special. This team that we have here, there's no other team like it in the company, and this is the team to be able to do this. And I'm confident in that. So that's why I'm really pumped and excited about all that. So that's the direction that we're heading. That's kind of where we're at right now and where we're going to. The vision that I see for our office is a team of 14 staff members who are great, who have money in the bank. They have confidence to sell. They have confidence to teach. They're impacting others through leadership. They're developing themselves. They're developing our office, and they're setting themselves up to go run a great branch office or district office this next summer. Something I don't remember who I was talking to. I was talking to Brooke about this. Something I realized while being at SLC, one of the biggest things I learned is that I don't talk about money enough about being a branch or district manager, and about like the expectations on what that looks like and what's possible for you. Being a branch or district manager. And that was a conversation that came up quite a bit while I was at SLC, is whenever I was asking, like, what are some of the things that you do that inspire people to go be a branch or district manager? And they're like, I just showed them my paychecks. And I was like, oh yeah. Like, I remember being an assistant manager in the office, and the only reason I wanted to go be a branch manager was because Gerardo told me how much money. That was it. That's pretty superficial, but that got me out to go branch. You know what happened? I was number 6 in the country. I was motivated, I was excited, I was pumped, and I was excited about it. So I say that, and I guess I want to share with you guys the opportunity that is ahead of you through our CSP development program, through our branch manager development program, through our district manager development program, through our FSM program, about what's possible and the potential that is here. So let's start out with the FSM program. And FSM stands for Field Sales Manager. A field sales manager is somebody who is over $30,000 in career sales. So that's called old business. Okay, when you're over 30K, all your sales are now called old business, because you are a quality sales rep. You've proven yourself to a certain degree that you can do demos and you can make sales. That's the basic level. Does that mean you're a professional? No. Okay, Kristen and Lily know this best. There's a ton of layers to this business, where there's service events, there's service calls, there's events, there's business gifts, there's realtor programs, there's CSP programs. There's a lot to this business, but when you're at 30K, you're an FSM. When you're at $30,000, you make 40% off everything that you sell. Now it's a 30% weekly pay with a 10% bonus at the end of the month. When you're at 150K in career sales, you earn 50%, 30% weekly with a 20% bonus at the end of the month. So Christian Hogue is a great example. He's the #1 rep in the country for the last 2 years in a row. He won a silver cup. He's been able to save over $200,000 while going to college playing soccer, because he increased his his commission percentage to 50% within his first year. He sold over $150,000 in his first year, and he makes 50% of everything he sells. And he's been selling probably 300 grand a year for 3 years in a row. This year he's probably going to go do 600. And he makes 50%. So he's like Curtis, except he's like Curtis, baby Curtis. Like he was like Curtis before Curtis. That's the type of, like, what happens for an FSM is they get opportunities for mentorship. They get opportunities for development and better pay. And so if I'm you and I'm like, okay, what am I going to do through college? What am I going to do between now and 24 before I try and figure out my life? I'm going to go make a bunch of money and sell a lot of Cutco, because as an FSM, you make 40% commission plus through that. So there's a lot of opportunity. So my first summer working at this job, I made like 9 grand and I got to 30K. I became an FSM by the end of this. My second summer working with us, I was an FSM and I was making 40% and I made over 25 grand that summer. So, and I sold only a little bit more. I didn't sell that much more that summer. I just made a ton more because it was my second summer. So working here long-term has a compounding effect, where the longer you work here, the more money that you make, the easier it becomes to make that money. And so, so working here long-term, so summer after summer, semester after semester, you have a compounding effect of your sales, you have a compounding effect of your income, of your percentages, and that's what happened for me. And so the summer after that, I went and run a branch office. Now, as a branch manager, the type of opportunity is you make the best opportunity about this is you actually make a percentage off of your team sales. So you recruit a team to come sell for you and with you. As a branch manager, you get to take the opportunity to make 50% commission from your own personal sales, and then you make a small percentage off of your office sales as well. Now the average, the top 20 branch in the country this last year, the number 20 did $82,000 in sales. And the average branch manager makes about 13 to 15% off their office sales. So if you take $80,000 times 15%, probably looking at $80,000 in sales times 15%, about $12,000 in profitable income, plus your personal sales. You make 50% off that. So my summer that I did branch, I sold 12K personally. So I made $6,000 from that. And then my office did $134,000 in sales. And I made another 30 grand from that. So I made about 30,000, right? I think it was right under $40,000 in income as a branch manager my first year. And that was in about 3.5 months. That was inspiring to me to say, if I pursue management and I pursue professionalism and I actually take this seriously, what's possible for me and how much money can I make? Because Gerardo, Gerardo was his first year as a new district manager, and he told me how much money he made. He did over 6 figures in his first 7 months open. So that was my goal. I was like, okay, I want to go open up a district office and I want to build a team that's going to be one of the best in the country. And we'll see if I make 6 figures or not. I don't know. So then I opened up as a district manager in 2023, and I did make 6 figures that year. My biggest check was my bonus check at the end of the year for $9,800. It was actually a 12 grand bonus, but then we also put a lot of charges from the year that I owed on that. So it dropped it down to $9,800. And that was for a month worth of bonuses. So the district manager program, it's the same pay as the branch manager program, where you make a percentage off your office, but you get more bonuses, more company support, and more development programs because you're going to be here long term. So the longer that you're here, the more the compounding effect is of your income, your sales, your commissions, your percentages. And so that's why being an assistant manager is important. Because what is the point of being an assistant manager? Somebody who's been here for a while, what's the point? Being an assistant manager. To go run your own office, right? And how do you run a good office? You be a good branch or assistant manager. If you want to be a good branch manager, and this was one of the points that was very clear here that we talked about at SLC in San Diego. If you want to be a good branch manager, just be a really good assistant manager. So whenever we're sitting here today, making a schedule, planning things out for your development and your growth, is to make you a better assistant manager, so that when you run your own office, you get to experience these types of things. You get to experience, you're not surprised by anything that happens in the office. You've been there, you've done that. If you're a great assistant manager in our office, you'll be a great great branch manager or district manager as well. So that's our goal. And that's the development. I see a district team out there that is the best district team in the country. I think that this team is capable of that. And I don't really care if we're number one or not. What I care about is that you guys make money, you guys have a great experience, you have fun, you build an awesome team, and you look back and say, that was the best experience I've ever done. And for every other job that you ever do go, any other job interview that you ever go through in the rest of your life, you're a 5-star recruit. You're the number one pick, right? And some of you will go through that and say, you know what, that was the best thing I've ever done. I want to go full time. I want to be a CSP. I want to be a district manager. I want to do something like that. And under those circumstances, obviously, that's what I want to. So we're here to build our district. We're here to build our team. And it's not just this year. It's not just this summer. It's not just this fall. This is a long-term opportunity that for me has turned into a 6-year thing. I'm in my 6th year working here with Cutco and Vector, and it just compounds and compounds and compounds. So the more consistent you are, the longer that you hear and the more development that you get, the more that it will be paid back to you. So, so with that said, let's talk a little bit about some numbers. Let's look at where we're at from last week. So we're going to look at our weekly sales detail from last week. So this was last week. We did 12K in total business, 9K new with a $2,800 in FSM business. We had 32 orders. I like that number. Great job this last week. Last week was fantastic. We want to have 30, at least 30 orders a week. I'd really love to get to the number where 40 is the new standard every single week with 10K in new. We got really close to 10K in new last week. And so we got to keep working towards that. For this week, right now, we're at 5.4K in new business. So that means that, and we're at 19 orders. So if you look at the difference between this week and last week, it's a simple numbers game. 23 orders is more than 19 orders. Now, I know it's not more, it's not a lot more, but on the numbers thing, there's a big difference. So what does that tell me about our sales report? If we get more demos out there, we get more orders, we're probably going to get a couple more stat sales, or we're going to be back to that number pretty quickly. We also had 9 FSM orders as opposed to 4. We're at $2,800 last week as opposed to $1,200 this week. So we still have areas of opportunity. Now, by the way, guys, something I got to say, I'm really, really proud of how you guys performed while I was gone. I'm really, really grateful for you guys because I was sitting at dinner with a bunch of other district managers on Wednesday night, and we were already at like 4K for the week, and everybody was talking about how they're like, oh my gosh, like I'm gone, my team stopped selling this and that, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, man, I get to actually relax and just be here and be present where I'm at because my team's taking care of business back home. So I am so grateful for you guys. I'm so appreciative. You guys kicked butt last week. I'm so proud of you guys. You guys hit 30 books in the PR and in the MRO. You guys got 4K in the first 2 days in new business, which we haven't done that in months, probably since the summer. And so this has been, and I know our sales are less than what they were last week, but in my opinion, this past week that we just went through has been the best week of the semester because I was gone and you guys still took care of business. So that tells me that you guys are really developing as leaders. And I'm just so proud of you guys. You guys are awesome. So thank you for your effort. Thank you for your attention to detail. Thank you for being the leaders that you are. Let's look at our reports from last week. I think I might have sent this in the, might have sent this already. This is for this week, which was today. We're at 9 scheduled. Now, where we typically end up in the MRO, at the end of Sunday is typically around 13 to 17. The last couple of weeks we've been in between there. Today we had a lot of people who weren't interested, and that's fine. And it's good to like go through that list and get those people off there. But think about this as well. I showed up late today. We started Blitz late today. Everything was behind today. And that's on me. And that's my fault. So I take total responsibility for that. So if we don't hit 30 this week, if we don't hit 40, if we don't hit 50 this week, that's my responsibility. But I will also say it's also my responsibility to make sure that we hit 30 this week. And it's our responsibility as a team to, when things don't go our way, we figure out the way to make it our way. And so even though we're at 9 instead of 13, 14, 15, like we typically are, we still can go out and set 30 people this week. There's still a lot of people on that list that have not been called. There's still over like 200 people out there that we can still call to recruit. And so there's still a lot of opportunity. And I think this was a great day to have 9 set today. And we're going to work towards a higher number. Last week, as we know, we scheduled 30 people last week. Serena, you're the beast for making that happen and being the person to bring us home. So I'm really proud of us for going back to back. Let's give ourselves a round of applause for that, because I think, guys, that's not something that this type of consistency in recruiting has never happened before. And if you look at the numbers, I'm one of our top recruiters, but I'm not the top recruiter. It's you guys who are top recruiters. And you know what Stacy said to me the other day while I was in, we just finished a meeting and I made a couple calls. I scheduled a couple people, and then Serena was like, okay, I got us number 30. And I was like, let's go. And everybody's like, what? And I was like, back-to-back 30 set weeks. We're figuring this out. We're getting this down. Like, we got this. Like, and watch, this week it's going to be even better. And Stacy goes, hey, Steve, by the way, you guys are actually doing really good. So keep it up. And to me, I was like, yeah, say that to me, but hold on, let me record it and say that again, because that's for my team. Like, that's for you guys, because yeah, I'm one of the top recruiters, but I'm not the top recruiter, and the rest of you guys aren't far behind me. It's us. Like, this ain't me. This is us. This team, our standards, our development, the way our team's growing, our sales reports. This is the result of your guys' work all the way back from those 7 a.m. mornings where we go to the apartment complexes and we run around throwing those business cards around. All to the interviews, to the late nights, to the staff meetings, all the time that we spend up here on Sunday. This is a result of your guys' work and everything that you've put into this. So I'm just really proud of you guys. And there's more for us. One of the things that we talked about at SLC, and we're going to talk about today here, is going to be our last topic, is standards. What do we want our standards to be? Not for, okay, Lily, this is your standard, this is your standard, but our standard as a team. What do we expect as a team? And we're going to talk about that today. And I'm excited for that. But last week, great job hitting 30. This week, we still have 5 days left, 4 days left until the end of the week. And we have 9 people set. We still have plenty of time on the shot clock to go hit 30 set. So in your recruiting shifts, we just got to be extra diligent with our time to make sure that we aren't wasting any time. Like we wasted a little bit of time today, which is okay. We're gonna make up for it this week. So that is that. Mission 300. My spreadsheet again. Mission 300. So this was as of 2 days ago. So this was before. So let's add the 9 in that we have this week. That'll be 71. So guys, we're starting our 3rd week of October to Tuesday, and we've already set almost as many as we did the entire month of September. That's fire. That's fire. We're starting our 3rd week, so we still have a full week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 2 full weeks of recruiting left to go hit that 100 mark. So let's get to 95 this week. Let's get to 30 total this week, or 30 for the week, and then I think we'll be at 92 for this week, and then we'll be able to make up for a little bit of what we missed in September. So currently we're at 71 set for the month of October, which, guys, I'm just so proud of us. I can't stop thinking about it. Like I check the reports like 4 times a day. I have a group chat with some other managers here in the Southwest region. I check the Vector Live reports and be like, oh, we set 2 more, we set 3 more. Oh, guys, we're at 24 now, we're at 25. And I text the group chat that we have, and I'm like, what are you guys at? We're at 26. Like, we're at 30 now. And they're like, we have 12. I'm like, yeah, my team's better than your team's. I'm not surprised. So I'm just proud of us, and there's still a lot of areas for growth. What's really cool about this is we're doing 30 a week on one program. You guys heard of the SMRA program before? Have you heard of the pay to post program before? Have you heard of the one-on-one texting program before? Have you heard of the SNAP program before? Have you heard of the Isaiah Reyes paid promotion program before? Have you heard of the campus program before? These are all other programs that we're not even doing yet. You know why? Because PRs are number one, and we're honing this skill. But over the next 6 weeks, we're going to start trickling in some of these other programs. I can't wait. It's so awesome to see how we're doing this, and we're not even doing everything. We're doing like one program. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Air high five. My point of this is there's so much opportunity out there. There's so much opportunity. And the thing is, you're learning this now. Because guess what? If you have a low show to interview percentage, it's okay. It's not okay, but it's fine. Because does that cost you any money? No, you're messing up on my dime. When you go run your own office, you want to hone the skills that when you go run your own office, you don't have to, because I pay for all the recruits, by the way. And when we schedule somebody for an interview and they don't show up, that's money down the drain. That's my money down the drain. So we're messing up on my dime, which I'm fine with, because someday you're going to run your own office and you're not going to mess up. You're just going to go crush it. And you don't have to worry about messing up on your dime, losing your money, because you got really good at this skill set here. So let's keep growing. There's so much opportunity out there for us. Okay, let's talk about some other things here. I think the biggest thing that I wanted to talk about was we're going to revisit. I really need to do some markers. We're going to revisit how the fall semester breaks down, and we're gonna finish today talking about standards. So really quickly, how the fall breaks down. We're gonna go October, November, December, and January. Can you guys see that?
Is there an orange one? I looked
Yeah.
at orange.
Should I use that one? I think I need to. Here,
No. Violet Parker's right here. Oh.
such a bucket. This is just what I do. I'm not even gonna look.
Wow.
I made eye contact with him the whole time. Okay, what are we talking about? Yeah, it's,
Can you miss next time?
I'm just a baller. That's all. Okay. So let's talk about how really quickly, because we don't have a lot of time, let's talk about how the fall unfolds. We have October, November, and I want you guys to write this down for me, please. So in your notes on a piece of paper, we're gonna do this. So let's go through how the fall unfolds. So we're in October right now. The next thing that we have coming up, the biggest thing that we have coming up is Olean. Okay, that's coming up. We have our Olean push as well during this time. So this is heavy for sales focus. Okay, this is heavy for sales focus. We're not going out and doing big recruiting actions. We're not doing those things. October is big for sales focus. So these next couple of weeks, I would just want you to focus on getting on the board, hitting your order goals, pushing, coming to our workshops. And that's kind of our focus. That's where we're putting in our extra effort. Here in October, it's not meant to be the time where our team goes out and does the biggest numbers. Okay. We're not going to have our biggest sales weeks of the fall here. We're going to have solid size sales weeks, but we're not going to have the biggest. We're going to do what we need to do to build our team and have quality leadership training. Okay. So your MIT meetings, your assistant manager, staff meetings, these are really important. Then we go to November. In November, this is where we're going to have our AMPR building time. So what this looks like is we're going to build our team. We're going to build a list of people where you're going to refer your friends. We actually have a contest for this. So when you started the job, you referred all of your contacts. Some of you guys referred 30 people, 50 people, 100 people, 250 people. This will be an opportunity where we can be more intentional with those people. Okay, so we're going to basically re-refer them here in December, because in December, that's winter break. And during winter break, people are looking for jobs, for short, quick ways to make some easy cash between school. This is one of the biggest months of December. I want you to write biggest month. In 2023, we did over $107,000 in business in December alone. That was back-to-back 30K weeks in sales. And we had multiple of those. So December is going to be our biggest month. So November, this is prep time. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a mini contest with our teams, a mini sales contest, just something quick and easy, something that's fun. And then we're going to have an assistant manager. This will be the time for our team to build their roster, essentially, their recruiting list, their PR list. And so this will be a big time for prep. Okay, November is the prep month. We're preparing to go out in December and kill it. Because what happens in December? There's two things that happens in December. One thing is mall season for the events team. Number two is the Mexico contest. So each of you are going to have an opportunity to win a trip to Mexico. I want everybody. I want as many people as you know. I don't know where it's going to be at. It's either going to be Mexico. It's going to be somewhere. And it's a lot of fun. And so this is the big contest. You're going to have basically the whole month of December. The easiest way to win the contest is through your PRs. The bigger roster that you build, the bigger, more people that you recruit on the team, the easier it is to win and to build this. In January, we're going to continue that momentum and have a big start. in January. So January is all about continuing the momentum, and we want to set some records in January. So we're not going to stop at Christmas. We're not going to say, okay, it's New Year, we can take a break now. No, we're going to continue on, and we're going to take a break in February. That's when things are going to chill out. The last 2 weeks of January, the beginning of February, that's when things get back to normal. But between Black Friday on November 29th until January 15th, that's our like go time for sales and recruiting. So your guys' main focus will be your sales, because I want you all to win the contest. I want you all to go to Mexico. A couple of you I'm going to pull up with me to help me build our team with some one-on-one interviews with some things that we have going on there. We'll talk more about that as time gets closer. But these 2 months are going to be our big months. This is our push time, where you get to have your cake and eat it too. You're going to get to go home, hang out with friends, family, vacation, and get the Christmas experience while making extra cash, building our team so that we're going to have a fantastic spring next semester. And that's when it's going to be. So what we're doing here is we're prepping you and prepping this. Now, with that said, this is how the next part is going to unfold. So what do you need to do to make the most out of this for December? Here's what I'm thinking. You need a big names list. And then you also need a good PR list. So in order to win this Mexico contest, you help us build our team. And you help us build our team and you go sell knives, you'll win a trip to Mexico. There's certain metrics and numbers to hit. But if you do those 2 things, you're going to win a trip to Mexico. Free trip to Mexico. So what does your preparation looks like? Names list, PRs, and then you want to be a great assistant manager, become a great with your leadership skills. Because here in January, they start picking territories at the end of December and early January. Now, if you're, I don't think the rankings have come out yet. If you're like number 20, 25, number 15, you're probably not going to get an opportunity to pick your territory until like March. But the top like 5 people might get their territory picked by the end of December, early January. And so that's kind of when that stuff happens there. So this is what the next couple of months look like. Obviously, finals for school are here. And so that's there at the end of November, beginning of December. And let me tell you something, the Mexico contest typically doesn't start until the finals are over. So you don't have to worry about school and things like that. Questions on how the fall is going to unfold. So that's what you can expect. So for you as veteran assistant managers, you vets are going to be learning a lot about coaching and development for our team here. In fact, in Olean, you're going to hear a talk about how to build your team with assistant managers. So we're going to start working on that now. So when you get to Olean, it's not going to be new news. It's going to be like, oh, I already know this. Okay, so we're going to focus on that for you guys. For our new assistant managers, we're going to teach you a lot about recruiting, interviews, and sales. Okay. In December, here's what's going to happen for you vets, like the end of November to the beginning of January. For you vets, they help me with interviews, mall season. I should say one-on-one interviews, not just any interviews, not like group interviews, but mall season, one-on-one interviews, and then contest. For you, I know this is kind of crazy, so just keep following along with me. For you rookies, you guys are going to be doing interviews, recruiting, and sales for the contest, to win the contest.
Okay. So for AM one-on-one, we
So it's where you run an interview, but instead of a group of people, it's just one-on-one, and it's like 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
The last couple of years, our biggest mistake, not ours, my biggest mistake was not having people to help me run one-on-one interviews. we've had, like, the last couple of years, we've had like 400 or 500 PRs that I need to one-on-one interview everybody that's interested. I underestimated how many people would be interested. There's a ton. And for those reasons, I couldn't get to everybody's PRs. I couldn't give them the proper attention that they needed. So what we're doing this year is I'm building a team around me who can help me with one-on-one PR interviews so that every person on our team's PRs gets the right attention that they need. And that's going to start at the end of November, all the way through the beginning of January. Like the first week of January is when we're done with that. So there's a select few of you guys who will help me with that. That's going to be the vets, the new assistant managers are going to be doing the group interviews and the main recruiting shifts. Makes sense? We're going to talk about that more as time goes. We're going to have a December planning meeting with our staff here one of these days. Okay, probably in the end of October, after you guys get back from home. So, any questions on that?
When is the international trip?
The Mexico trip? This one, it's a good question. So this contest, so if you're a branch or district manager in the year of 2026, you have an opportunity to win a free trip to Rome. And we're going in March, typically it's in March of 2027. And so everybody that goes out and runs a branch office or district office next year will have an opportunity to win a free trip for like 8 or 9 days to go to Rome, Italy. So that was a recent announcement that we learned from SLC. I think this is the best trip of all time. I think this is the best trip that we will ever have in Vector. I know because I've been to Rome twice and I still didn't do everything I wanted to do. I spent 2 months cumulatively in Rome. From those 2 months, I probably spent about 2 weeks total in Rome. Sorry, 2 months in Italy. From those 2 months, about 2 weeks of it was spent in Rome cumulatively. And I still didn't do everything I wanted to do. There's so much in Rome. There's so many cool things. It will be a lifetime experience that you guys will never forget for the rest of your lives. It'll be the best thing you've ever done. I'm telling you, like, aside from accepting Jesus as your Lord and Savior, trip to Rome will be the highlight of your life. It will be the best thing you could ever do. And I'm pumped. And that's why I wore this shirt today, is because I'm really excited about that. So that will be in March of 2027. And so we're training you guys to be great assistant managers now, so that you'll be great branch and district managers next year. We're gonna have the biggest and best district team in the country, coming from Amarillo, Texas. And then we're gonna go from Amarillo to Rome in 2027. So I'm really pumped and excited about that. So, any questions on those things? Okay, we only have 2 minutes left. So let's talk about standards. And next week we'll put some numbers on the board. Okay, so let's talk about what standards are. I have an expectation. One thing that I learned is that, this is fun. There's 2 things. 2 of the biggest things that I learned at SLC is, number one, we need to be more clear about our own personal standards for ourselves as a team. And then also we need to be more clear about how we celebrate growth. Okay. We're gonna do some more things to make this thing fun, a little bit more fun, like our team meetings, growth, development, all these things, which I'm really excited about. So there's 2 areas like that, but let's talk about the standards. We need to be more clear about the standards that we have for our team. So standards look like this. Standards, for example, are that an example might be that we have 30 people set in the IMRO by Monday at 5 p.m. So between Friday to Monday at 5 p.m., we schedule 30 people in the IMRO, and that's every week. That's our expectation. That's our standard. Nobody leaves staff blitz until it's done. We can get started on Friday, get started on Saturday, and by the end of Friday, by the end of staff blitz on Sunday, we're already at 30 people plus set every week. So then we have our recruiting shifts Monday through Thursday, and that gets us to that 40, 50, 60, 70 mark. That's an example of a standard. Another example of a standard would be that we have 10 scheduled for training every single week. Another example of a standard might be that we have 10K in new business before our training class launches every Saturday. I don't think that I should be the one solely to make these standards, because this is our team and this is our business. We're partners here. And so I want you to be thinking about that this week of what do you think would be possible if we put things into play. Okay, think about it like this. If there was no lid to this business, if there was no lid how much money you could earn as assistant manager. What if one day you had $1,000 paycheck for a week for being an assistant manager? For a week, you made $1,000 off of in a week from being an assistant manager. Sounds crazy, but it only sounds crazy if you think it's crazy, and that means that you're putting a lid on what's opportunity, what's possible. So if there was no lid out there, if there was no lid, there's no limit to what we could do in a week. What are the standards that we have to set in place now in order to hit those goals? So if one week we want to set 100 people in a week, which we plan to do that here in December, we're going to set over 100 people in a week. Or in fact, we're going to do it 2 weeks in a row, where we're going to set over 100 people in a week here in December. How do we get to that? We got to start with our standards here and now. What are we going to set every day before Monday at 5 p.m. Every single week? What are we going to set every week before Monday at 5 p.m. from Friday till Monday at 5 p.m.? What are we going to have in the MRO every single week? What number is that? We could look at how many field trainings. What's our standards for field trainings? Okay. Think about it like this. If you were a new rep and you had more opportunity to go watch other people do demos and see how they close deals, do you think you would have sold more? I think everybody can answer yeah. If you had one of the top assistant managers in the office at that time come watch you do a demo and give you coaching tips and helping you with that, do you think you would have sold more? Do you think you'd have been more excited? Do you think you would have made more money? So let's make that the reality of our business. And we do that by setting standards. If I have a standard of, hey, our team is going to have a workshop every day, Monday through Friday, every week, then I'm going to make sure that happens. And if you guys can't do it, well, I'm going to clear my schedule and I'm going to make it happen. That's a standard. That's saying I'm not going to limit how many workshops, how many recruiting, how many training, how many things we can get done every week. So I want you to think about this, and we're going to talk about this next week. Next week for Blitz and staff meeting, I will not be here for that. However, that's one of the things that we're going to talk about during. I can be here for the staff meeting, but for the staff blitz, I won't be here because I'm going to be out of town. But for the staff meeting, that's one of the things we're going to talk about is our standards. We can go to every part of the business. We can talk about contests. How many pieces of Cutco do you like? Do you want me to give out every single week? I can do it. I can give out a piece of Cutco every week for free, right? Let's make it a contest. Let's talk about contests. Let's talk about recruiting. Let's talk about field training. Let's talk about team meetings. Talk about team nights out. Talk about fun things. Talk about promotions, recognitions, hype. What type of standards? If this were to be a business where there was no lid, there's no limit to what's possible, what would you make it? And what would need to happen in order for this business to be that for you? For us. That's what standards are there for. So think about it. Think about it, think about it, think about it. How many field trainings should we have every week? How many team nights out should we have every month? And then we identify these numbers and we set a standard. We set a precedent, an accountability group to say that this is what's happening every single week. And as our team grows, more accountability and better things will happen. So that's what I have for you guys. Any thoughts, any questions?
When will we be discussing these standards?
Next Sunday.
So things to think about, field trainings per week, team nights out.
Recruiting,
Recruiting.
interviews, set for training. You can just like run through every part of what you know about the business. Your average order size, how many demos you're doing a week, how many demos everybody's doing, coaching teams. Like, don't get too deep. I don't think there are definitely things in our business that don't need standards, but there are also definitely things that do need standards, like recruiting, field training, scheduled for training. Giving out salmon knives, prizes. I'm coming up with, you guys see this right here? Oh, see it right there? Oh, this one right here. Oh, we can't see. No. Coming up with some prize levels of contests that we can do and what we're going to do for free. So we're going to make this job a lot more fun. We're going to make this job a lot more competitive. There's an office in Florida that every single time anybody hits a promotion or does something even a little bit cool, they get a cake. They get a cake. with their name, say congratulations, Serena, on it every single time. I was like, that's cool. That's not me, but we can come up with something fun. So you want to see it again? Oh, sorry, can't say it. What was that? Oh, no, sorry.
Wait.
Almost. What? Yeah, it is. Okay, so the reason I don't show you yet is because number one, they're not set in stone. Yeah, I'm doing the math. I'm doing some. I asked ChatGPT a bunch of questions, but we're gonna have some prizes. We're gonna make this thing fun. I want to give you guys free stuff, free Cutco, and other cool things too. So I think that this business, this job, this opportunity could be something really cool, and I'm excited about it. Are you looking at it?
No.
Yes, you are. I put it away. I forgot that you have it. I see your name literally right here. Your picture. I just. Okay, don't say anything. Don't say anything. It's still a work in progress, which is why I don't show you guys yet. But I hope to have this done. Oh, maybe we'll see. We'll set some bigger levels for you. Bigger, better levels for you. This business can be anything we want it to be, and I'm so excited about the opportunity. I got a vision from a TV show the other day. You know me with my TV shows. Reality TV show. Anybody heard of or seen Owning Manhattan on Netflix? You've seen it? So this guy, it basically is a real estate firm. He's a sales manager for a real estate firm, and he has like a team of sales reps that is out there selling apartments in Manhattan and things like that. And just watching shows like that gives me ideas because it's literally like one to one with what we do here, except they sell $20 million apartments and we sell $20 million knives. And and yeah, and I think it's the coolest thing ever because it's like one to one. It gives me lots of ideas and things like that. So, anyways, I'm just excited because I know that this business can be anything we want it to be, and we're on the brink. We're on the brink of a major breakthrough of doing something that Amarillo has never done and putting Amarillo on the map. People in our company still don't know who we are. Not everybody. Some people do, but I had lunch with Al DiLeonardo, who's the president of the company. I was asking him a bunch of questions, and he knows where Amarillo is, but not because of what we've done. But he knows where Lubbock is because of what they've done. We still have a lot of room to grow, and this is the team. We're on the brink of a breakthrough. The biggest takeaway that I took from SLC was this phrase: it's up to you to determine how big and how fast your business grows. It's up to you. How big, how fast. Think about us 6 weeks ago. It was me and Brooke and Kristen and Lily were just moving back. Brisa was still a sales rep. That was it. Lily and Kristen were still moving back home from their ranches. That was it. Yeah, right. There's been so much there's been so much growth here, and this is just the beginning. So thank you guys for being who you are. Thank you for working hard. Thank you for being open-minded and working hard and being leader-oriented, being growth-oriented. You guys are going to be the leaders of the world. Starts here. People who are growth-oriented, people who develop themselves. So you guys are the next gen. So for our company and for everything else. So proud of you guys. Let's keep growing. Thank you guys for your time. Sorry to go 5 minutes over. 9 minutes over. Dang, you're such a funny. Okay. Anyways, thank you guys for being so awesome. Have a good night. Team meeting, staff meeting next week. I'll be on Zoom because I will be traveling. So, okay. For you guys, we're gonna we already have your couple interviews scheduled. Whatever you guys commit for your interviews, we're gonna get some other things in the schedule for you guys, just so you have a development track for you guys. So, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Attire for interviews is as if you're running the interview. So professional, wear a suit. So, bye, Brisa. Have a good night. See you guys. Bye, Brooke.
Where was that?
You guys are funny.